All right, Shalom. Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakodash. All right, double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone that rule well and taught us this truth. Salutations to the whole for the elect, Yahweh Shai's elect, preaching his word and his doctrine in full truth, honesty, and sincerity. All right, on the Balachakam from the Great Millstone, Miami camp, coming back with the strength of the Spirit to make this video and this lesson. And Lord willing, they be edifying. And as y'all can see, the title of this article that I have is called Gen X may be the first to need a universal basic income after late career job loss. All right. Gen X may be the first to need a universal basic income after late career job loss. Okay, and this was posted October 5th, 2025, so it's a fairly fresh new article. Okay, and it's going into something called UBI. Okay, Universal Basic Income. All right, it's starting to hit the mainstream news. All right, this is thehill.com, which is a very widely known news source. Okay, and they're starting to talk about universal basic income. All right, and this is nothing new that the prophets of GMS, from my elders and apostles on down, have been talking about, man. Okay, universal basic income, it's going to be a thing. All right, it's gonna happen. All right, and what's being set right now. All right, it's the pieces are being set for this to be executed. Okay, universal basic income. All right, where everybody is gonna be given a certain amount of money monthly. All right, and they're going to be living off that basic universal basic income. Okay, didn't this devil say you shall own nothing and be happy? All right, so this is it. We're here. All right, and this is all leading to what? The mark of the beast, man. The RFID microchip that is going to become made mandatory. All right, it's going to be implemented to be mandatory. Okay, and all right, I'm going to read here real quick. All right, it says, some estimates suggest that half of all white-collar jobs will disappear as artificial intelligence advances. How will older white-collar workers displaced in the AI revolution fare? Right, because AI, what's happening now is AI is taking over people's jobs. Okay, and people are losing this job a lot. Okay, people are going under mass layoffs right now. The government is currently shut down at this moment, all right, because of the all the layoffs that's going on. All right, so there's a crisis going on in America right now. All right, and this is not, by accident. This is all made systematically on purpose. Okay, it's being all engineered. All right, it says our recent book, American Idol: Late Career Job Loss, as a neoliberal era, summarizes interviews we conducted with 62 baby boomers who lost their white-collar jobs during another unemployment crisis. All right, you see that? We're going under an unemployment crisis right now. All right, the 2008 Great Recession and its sluggish recovery statistics show that workers over age 50 experienced the highest rate of long-term joblessness. Their layoffs also coincided with a precarious stage of the life courses, too young to retire, but too old to start all over again. As one of our interviewees put in, Gen Xers today face the same quandary. All right, again, this devil was doing the same thing that he did in 2008. Okay, but and this time, all right, it's these Gen Xers who are being affected, man. Okay, these workers over the age of 50, so on and so forth, or in their late 40s, mid 40s, I believe, late 40s. Okay, and if you notice right here, it says too young to retire, but too old to start over again, meaning this is all being systematically implemented. Okay, this devil is planning this stuff so he could set up the digital financial system, man. All right, which over here in GMS, we've been bringing this out since years, man. Years we've been bringing this out, man. How they're gonna revamp the whole entire financial system, and it's going digital. All right, no more cash, no more credit cards. Okay, What did Bill Gates say? Bill Gates said that we don't even need smartphones anymore. We're gonna have a a biometric imprint on us. Okay, all right. You got digital ID now that's being implemented in Europe, and Americans not be able to travel to Europe if they don't have this digital ID. All right, this stuff is moving quick, man. All right, but the financial sector also plays a big part in this thing. Okay, the financial sector plays a huge part in Esau's NWO. All right, and this article, all right, it shows and it goes into that. Let's keep reading. All right, there were, however, very vastly financial outcomes after these post 2008 layoffs. At one end of the spectrum were those boomers who experienced hard falls because long term unemployment and back to back job losses were common within this group. Some turned to accessing food pantries, applying for welfare benefits, or losing home to a short sale or foreclosure. All right, we're back to those times again. People can't afford food. Okay, people are applying for welfare benefits. All right, people are in debt. People keep applying for credit cards. People keep applying for credit lines. Okay, people are about to go into foreclosure because a lot of the real estate market, okay, it's the inventory is too much. There's too many people selling homes, but not enough buyers because people don't have money. Okay, this is what job losses at the other end of the spectrum were soft landings, and individuals were more or less financially unscathed. So you got hard landings, you got soft landings. Okay, several factors facilitated soft landings. For instance, because these interviewees experienced years of job stability, the extended length of services translated into generous severance packages. Several also departed with defined benefits, pensions planned in hand, a guaranteed income stream for the remainder of their lives, allowed for an unplanned early retirement. For some, family members such as employed spouses and wealthy parents were another source of financial support. Okay, it says, evidence suggests that compared to the boomers, we studied a larger portion of Gen X are susceptible to hard falls than their predecessors. Okay, because a lot of these Gen Xers are right there are financially unsecured, man. Okay, who holds the majority of the wealth in America? Baby boomers. Okay, so they were good because their parents, all right, or their family members, they also had wealth. All right, but in these times, all right, this generation, or this Gen X, they don't have that financial security as these other baby boomers had in the 2008 financial crisis. But this is the point. It says what this demands a structural solution, and a universal basic income might be the answer. Boom, there you go. Okay, universal basic income might be the answer. This is what this devil has been uh, putting in our you know in movies. This is what this devil has been putting in you know in music. He's been putting this in different sectors of entertainment. Okay, letting us know that this is what's really gonna happen, and we're here. Okay, you shall own nothing and be happy. Okay, universal basic income is here. All right, and Gen X is going to be the first one to apply for that because they're the ones that's struggling the most. All right, UBI, universal basic income. They want everybody hooked and dependent on the government. All right, they don't want people having their own homes. They don't want people owning their own cars. They don't want people owning anything. All right, they want people completely dependent on the government because they want total control, man. But it starts with the financial sector. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit more, and then I'm gonna just get some precepts. All right, you can keep reading, but for the sake of time, it says what over here. Not to mention the collective net worth of Gen X is about half of that of boomers, because this generation also carries the highest rates of debt. The ability to retire comfortably will be jeopardized with lower rates of home ownership than boomers at the same age. Many Gen Xers will miss out on the long-term gains that derive from owning property. Okay, because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a huge transfer of wealth. Okay, that's gonna happen very soon, man, with this with this digital system that's gonna be implemented. Okay, because these Gen Xers, man, they're not gonna know how the hell to. They don't really know what's going on in the crypto. industry, all right, or in the central banking digital currency world. Okay, so what are they gonna do, man? They're gonna lose all that money, and the individuals that have been, you know, following these trends and going into this digital world, this financial digital market, all right, they're the ones that's gonna absorb all that money. So there's gonna be a huge transfer of wealth. Okay, and Gen X, they guess what? Gen X doesn't know what the hell's going on, man. All right, they have been, they were raised to live a certain kind of lifestyle, man. All right, because they weren't, they were raised to just what, uh, go to school, get education, okay, and get a career, and you will own a home. All right, you would own a family, the white picket fence with, with the two-car garage. All right, that's what they were brainwashed to think. All right, and which that was told to millennials. All right, but millennials caught on. All right, they realized immediately that after when they got out of school and then when they got out of college, they tried to apply to these jobs and they weren't able to get in these jobs because what, Esau Edom, he's a fucking devil. He lied to the generation so they could completely be nothing but slaves, man. All right, and it worked for Gen X, but now we're seeing the effects of how they are becoming financially insecure, and they're going to be the first ones to apply to this um, this universal basic income. All right, so the majority of the wealth is going to go to millennials and it's going to go to Gen Zers because they're the ones who are on top of this technology. All right, this blockchain technology. All right, this CBDCs. All right, they know about the XRP. They know about Bitcoin. Okay, they know about Solana. They know about all the ISO 220 coins. Okay, they know about all that, but these Gen Xers don't, man. Okay, they're more old school, so they're not gonna catch on. But it's gonna be too late when they're gonna try to catch on. All right, because all that wealth is already gonna be transferred. Okay, and you know, this is a great article because it gives you numbers. It gives you a little bit of history, a little bit of background of how, what happened in 2008. All right, but to finish off right here, it says there's always a possibility that AI-induced job losses don't materialize given the current failure of the artificial intelligence to increase worker productivity. All right, because man, listen, AI is going to take over the majority of people's jobs. All right, it tells you right here how many people's jobs have been lost. Okay, all right, thousands of federal workers are losing their jobs. The government is shut down. Okay, UBI is here, man. UBI is here, and it's all going to lead to that chip. Okay, look at this. And I participated in this just to see what would come out. It says, what do you think? Do you think the universal basic income will or not be necessary in the future? 60% of people said definitely will be. So these Americans already are facing reality, man. They're already facing reality, and they're acknowledging the fact that, damn, yeah, I am going to need UBI to survive because I can't pay my bills. I can't pay rent. I'm struggling to even buy groceries. All right. If you go on TikTok right now, and you're gonna see how many people are struggling with trying to pay bills, man. People can't even own their homes. Everybody is living all together in bunches now. All right, because people can't even own homes. Okay, this says here, we must also consider developing a universal basic income program to address long-term joblessness among these older workers who are too young to collect Social Security, right? Because some are too young, okay, because they are targeting the generation that are too young to collect Social Security, but are too old to start all over again in a new career. You see how this is all systematic, okay? They are targeting a specific people because these are the easiest one to take down. You take down that generation and the rest, all right, it's just going to be much easier. So boom, there you have it. Okay, there you have it, man. We're here. Universal basic income is here. All right, and Gen X is going to be maybe the first one, says, which they will be. Eventually, everybody's going to be on this thing. It's not going to just be Gen X, but this is gonna be the truth, man. This is reality. All right, because this is what this devil hasn't planned. This is what this devil, this is what his NWO is about. All right, because he wants to get everybody hooked on that chip, so he could be as God, as the Second Thessalonians says, man. Let's get the scriptures, all right? But is the Lord gonna allow that? See, the Lord is only gonna let Esau Edom get far enough until the Lord returns and intervenes. All right, Job. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappoints the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay, so see, Esau Edom, all right, he's gonna try to get everybody hooked on this chip, but the elect are not gonna take that chip, man. All right, the elect are not gonna take the chip. Okay, and this is why he's gonna have to move quicker. All right, he's taking his sweet ass time. All right, he's moving too slow. Esau Edom, you're moving slow, man. All right, you gotta move quicker than that. All right, this truth is spreading like wildfire. Okay, if you look at your 1948ers over there, they're getting exposed. So you gotta move quick, Esau. What the hell are you waiting for? All right, you gotta change your system quick. All right, but you know, he wants to get everybody on those digital dollars, man, on that CBDC. All right, but the Lord, all right, is gonna once he makes that chip mandatory, it's go time, man. All right, the Lord's gonna be returning very soon after that, and in the midst of World War III, which is gonna be happening after that CHIP becomes mandatory. All right, the Lord will intervene. All right, and he's gonna return and deliver his elect, man. Okay. So the Lord was only going to allow him to get so far. Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right, so just when he's about to fulfill his NWO, all right, when he's about to just connect all the pieces together, all right, the Lord's going to come and throw in that monkey wrench, just how both say, man. All right, he's going to come in and he's going to hit stop. He's gonna hit the stop button. All right, just when Esau Edom is feasting. All right, just when he's about to complete his NWO, just when the whole grid is on that cloud, on that hub, and everything is AI, and the fourth industrial revolution is falling into place perfectly, and he's about to extend his rulership. What the Lord's gonna do? The Lord's gonna come and say la okay. He's gonna come and fuck all this shit. He's gonna fuck Esau, eat him up, man. All right, he's gonna come with them crowns. Yahushua is gonna come with that chariot, the UFO is gonna just turn this whole shit up, man. Okay, because that's what this devil wants, man. This devil wants to keep ruling, but he understands that he has but a short time. All right, this devil understands that he has but a short time because the Lord only gave him a certain amount of time to rule. Okay, this is Esau's Edom's kingdom, but his kingdom is already at the latter end. Okay, we are at the end of Esau Edom's rulership. Okay, and things are about to move very fast. Things are about to move very fast. Okay, look how Trump is moving. You know how things are going to be moving very fast because look how Trump is moving. Look at the tariffs that he implemented. All right, look how he's deporting Northern Kingdom, which is the forefront of agriculture and agriculture workers and construction workers and these blue collar jobs. All right, these labor jobs, these customer service jobs. All right, the hospitality jobs. Okay, the cooking jobs. All right. So on and so forth, man. The mechanic jobs, all right, that's all. The majority of that is Northern Kingdom, man. And what is he doing? He's deporting all these Israelites, okay, because we are in Jacob's trouble now. It's gonna just be continue to amplify. But what's gonna happen? All right, is affecting the financial system because it's all being done. And it's all being executed on purpose. All right, this devil's doing all this on purpose, man. Okay. So the Lord is gonna intervene Esau Edom's job, his plan. Okay, his NWO. When you look behind that dollar bill, all right, what do you see? Annua Coeptus, he favors our enterprise. And what else? Novus Ordo Seclorum, New World Order. All right, so it's right in front of your faces, man. Esau Edom, he's been blasting this in front of the face, in front of everybody's faces, but are we exposing this right here through the scriptures, man? Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in thing whereto I sent it. Okay, so prophecy is gonna be fulfilled, man. The Lord's words are gonna be fulfilled. Okay, whether you believe it or not, it's gonna happen. All right, the Lord's counsel shall stand, because the words of man are nothing but vain, but the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are everlasting words. Okay, it shall not come back to him void. All right, and we've seen all these articles over here, and we're seeing how everything is falling into place, man. Okay, for this new financial system to get implemented, and we've been talking about this for years. All right, for years we've been talking about this. Okay, and it's all leading to that chip. All right, this is all leading to that chip. Okay, and AI plays a huge part in it, man. Okay, AI plays a huge part in it, man. Okay. Oh, quick, I want to get this one. I want to bring this one out before, but I'll just get it here real quick. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power and their hand. All right, so the Lord's going to destroy Esau Edom because of all the wickedness that he's doing, man. Okay, all the evil, all the demonic draconian laws that he's implementing, man. All right, Esau Edom, your ass is done. Okay, so keep moving the way you're doing. Move faster. All right, your moving's too slow, if anything. Okay, speed it up. All right, we want you to speed this up. I know you want to speed it up. We want you to speed it up even more than you do. All right, because the more that you move, the faster you move in this, the faster we get out of here. Okay, and I know you want to implement that chip too. All right, I know you want to implement that chip too. So it's a done game for you. No matter which direction you take, no matter which plan you want to go. All right, at the end of the day, the Lord's prophecies will be fulfilled, and there's nothing you can do about it. Esau Edom. Okay, so go ahead and implement that chip. Make it mandatory. Move quick. All right, because the Lord is on your ass, man. Okay, and we exposing you through the Spirit. Okay, but here it is. All right, UBI is here. Okay, UBI is here, man. We about to get out of here very soon, Nakim and Aquath. All right, it's time. Okay, but that's all I wanted to get. Okay, you know, beautiful times that we in. Okay, the lovely America, that lovely American dream is out the window. All right, it's time to repent, come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Times are about to change very soon. America's about to change very soon, and it's about to be a lot of, it's going to be a whole new system. All right, we're about to get out of here very soon. Call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, with Lord winning this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. On to the next one. Shalom.